Hi, welcome back. My name is Elaine and I write a blog over at fairlycurated.com. And today I'll be talking about two bags that I bought brand new in 2025. I buy most of my bags secondhand, either from eBay, The RealReal, or Fashion File. So I don't normally buy brand new bags. Maybe one in every 10 will be new. But this year I did go to Hawaii twice early in the year, and so I ended up buying two bags on two separate trips. If you haven't watched it yet, please check out my Hawaii haul video where I do show this bag. So I do like to buy my bags in Hawaii just because of the Hawaii price, which is usually about 10 to 20% less than US mainland retail prices. So both of these were about 20% cheaper in Hawaii. And I think that's probably part of the reason why I ended up succumbing to temptation and I got these bags. But I also am starting to get into more shoulder carry bags. I have been a long time crossbody fan, and I still do wear crossbody bags, especially when I'm out and about with my daughter. But lately I've been wanting to get smaller shoulder carry bags which can fit all the essentials, and they're just a little bit easier on my shoulder. So this is the Valextra Mochi Pouch bag that I bought first in April. I bought it from the Valextra boutique in Ala Moana. I really got suckered in, I think, by the color. It's called Wisteria Pink, but it's actually a lavender color. And if you haven't seen it yet, this is also in my Valextra collection review video that I'll link here. I got it in April and I've used it over 25 times now, and surprisingly it's getting to be number 10 of my 10 most used bags ever, and you'll see why in a little bit. It's a great bag. This one I just purchased in June. This is the Bottega Veneta Wallace. So as you can see, they're both very similar in size and shape. The Valextra one is actually a touch smaller, so the dimensions are, this one is 9 by 5 and 4 inches deep, while the Bottega is 10 by 6 and 4.5 inches deep. So, you know, very, very similar in size, with the Valextra being just a tiny bit smaller. What that means in terms of weight is that this is 11.4 ounces and then the Bottega is 12.4 ounces. However, I have to say that's pretty good considering the Bottega, it comes with feet. Valextra does not. Okay, and then inside, the Bottega is lined in leather, while the Valextra is lined in canvas. So I was expecting the Bottega to be a lot heavier because of that, but it's not, so that's great. Lastly, the price, this one I got for $1,300 in Hawaii. It retails for $1,550. This one I got for, I think, $2,200 in Hawaii, and it retails for $2,600. So, you know, the Valextra is about half the price of the Bottega bag, which is nothing to sneeze at. It's definitely quite a big difference. I kind of know what you're paying for because you're getting the intrecciato weave here, made of calfskin, and it's lined with leather and has feet. This Valextra bag is made of Valextra's Milipunti leather. It's a coated leather, much like Hermes Epsom. So there is a sort of plastic coating that keeps this a lot more durable, but it of course is a lot cheaper than a woven bag of natural calfskin leather. And the main difference between these two, even though they have a similar hand carry shape, is that the Bottega is a shoulder carry bag at its longest length. Very comfortable. The strap drop is, I'll list it below, I forgot to measure it, but it's quite long, so it's very easy to sling over your shoulder. It's not quite a single arm sling. It doesn't quite go over, but to me that's not a huge deal. Unfortunately, the Valextra is not a shoulder carry bag. However, with some adjustments, it does turn into a crossbody bag very easily. So whenever I carry my Valextra bag around, I always have the crossbody strap with me. You never know when you just need to grab and go. That's pretty much the main difference. So if I know I need to have a crossbody bag, usually when I'm out with my daughter, if I have to like run around a playground, or I know this bag might get wet, definitely carrying the Valextra. This is more of my solo going out bag, maybe grocery shopping. And I mostly leave it like this. At the boutique, the sales associate did recommend making sure to snap it in place so it stays. But you know, honestly, if I'm constantly changing it, I don't really snap it. It does make it a tad bit shorter if you do snap it. So, you know, if you leave it unsnapped, you get maybe about an inch more of a drop. To me, that's a little bit more comfortable. All right, so let's see what fits in each of these bags. So first off, I have my empty water bottle. So we'll do the water bottle test. So it doesn't really fit standing up, but it will fit if you lay it down. And I think, of course, so should the Bottega. So this is the bag that I currently have all my stuff in. This is the Hermes Plume 28 Elan. So I forgot to mention that inside there is one flat pocket here. Oh, I have my rubber band. And that's it. It's an empty black hole, actually. So we have my phone. I have my wallet. And so actually, if you wanted to see, this is Hermes Epsom. If you wanted to compare it to the Valextra Mille Punti. And then stand everything up. A little pouch. My sunglass case. So also Valextra. If you have seen my video, I talk about the sunglass case, also from Valextra, made from the same leather. So actually when I'm out and about, I usually clip this sunglass case right here on this ring. Just for easy access, you know, especially if you're going in and out of stores, constantly taking off and putting on your sunglasses. I like to leave it out here. It also looks really cute. It matches fairly well. My handkerchief, sunscreen, lip balms, hand sanitizer, and tissue. All right, so kind of just threw it all in there. If I wanted to, I could probably fit the water bottle on top. Oop. Just so. Don't know if I could fit my notebook inside after that. Maybe. Yeah, a little tight, but it fits. So, you know, the bag is small, but it can definitely fit a lot. I mean, of course, if I put my sunglass case inside, it would probably make it much harder to fit. I probably wouldn't be able to fit my notepad. And let's see if I can still do it with the water bottle in there. Oh yeah, I can still do it with the water bottle in there. So yeah, so if I want, I can put the sunglasses inside. And there you have it. I also should mention that this bag is a lot easier to get in and out of when it's in the crossbody form, because obviously when you have it in the hand carry form, it's gonna cinch the opening. All right, so in the hand carry form, right, it's like that. And now you have the zippers up here, so it does make it a lot harder to get in and out of. And actually, when it's stuff like this, the zipper doesn't even go all the way out almost. And then getting things out would be tough. So you should have it in the crossbody form if you're going to stuff it like this. Otherwise, undo the straps and it'll make it a lot easier. Actually, the opening for the Valextra, you know, since it zips all the way across, is actually a lot bigger than the Bottega. The Bottega one doesn't quite zip all the way across. It's a shorter zipper. And again, you know, the straps are not going to come out. So the opening in general is a little bit smaller for the Bottega. It's a little snugger. There are no pockets on the inside. Again, like I said, it's lined with leather. And I mean, it feels nice, but it's not as nice as, say, like the lambskin lining of Hermes, or even the Loewe Featherlight puzzle now is lined with leather. It's really nice. This is definitely more of a durable leather, couch leather. I mean, it's on the thinner side, of course, but so, you know, not as luxurious, but it does feel durable. So now I'm going to move everything from the Valextra into the Bottega. So the sunglasses, unfortunately, doesn't have a place to clip on the Bottega. So for when I'm carrying the Bottega, I usually have to put the sunglasses inside, but I like to leave it on top since I don't want to be rooting around for that. So let's start with the other things first. You know, the pouch, tissue, handkerchief, sunscreen, wallet, phone, lip balms, hand sanitizer, and that's empty now. And I can then now put the sunglasses on top. Let's see if I can still fit the water bottle. Ooh, yes I can. Ooh, very snug, but it fits. So again, you know, capacity is the same. Excuse me. But usually I just carry it around like that. Most of my stuff fits very well, and then it's very comfortable over the shoulder. For the Bottega bag, I also wanted to just do a brief comparison with my vintage Bottega bag, just to show you the difference in the weave. So as you can see, the weave of the vintage one is a lot smaller, and the bag in general is a lot smushier. So this is made out of Napa leather. It is super soft. It is really nice to the touch, and then inside is a suede kind of lining. This is the old one with the gunmetal hardware, and I have to say, this is my first brand new Bottega bag, and I did buy it because of the form factor and the fact that it's leather lined and has feet and was on sort of the more affordable end of the spectrum when it comes to their new bags. But this calfskin is quite thin. It doesn't feel like quality, to be honest. If someone had told me this was a fake, I'd be like, yeah, I could see it, you know? And I think it just goes to show sort of how prioritizing the bottom line per se. Bottega is, I think, a caring company. So, you know, they are a conglomerate owned brand. So I do find, you know, in general, there is kind of a race to the bottom for these conglomerate owned brands. They are, I get it, they're competing amongst themselves, competing with fast fashion. And in general, I think that leads to a degradation in the quality of the bags. So, you know, this is a brand new bag. I bought it in June. Already parts of it are lifting, and then, you know, if this lifted part here starts snagging, it will definitely start fraying. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to tell, but just from the feel of the leather, like this one, I'm not too sure, but it's from like the 2000s, so it's definitely vintage, 25 years old. I mean, it's in used but excellent condition, and it just feels so much nicer. I have several vintage Bottega bags, and to be honest, I probably would continue to buy vintage over new. I mean, I do like this bag. A lot of my vintage bags are floppier, you know, because of the Napa leather. They're a lot bigger, slouchier, which is cute. But, you know, I was looking for something that's a little more compact and also still very useful. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this review of these two bags interesting or informative. I hope to bring you more quality bag content in the future. So if you could like or subscribe, that would really help my channel. And thank you so much for your support. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.